We starting the morning out with a new set of urine and me. So we needed some spares for the cars. The convertible's not as wide as the coupe, so those might go on the convertible. The wheels aren't too aggressive. They're 18 by 9.5 plus 22. That should be perfect for the Vert.
You thought?
So let's get them all mounted up, get them back to the house. No.
It's too wide. Yeah, let's take up the spacer.
What is happening? All right, we top of the morning. We got all this stuff completed. Yesterday, we kind of went through a few adjustments, ride height adjustments, correcting that so that it'll work. It does look fresher when it's lower, but it looks good, but it's impaired on the way it'll work. So just that it's known, it is 235s in the front and 245s in the rear. We're double staggered, 17 by 9.5 in the front, 18 by 10 on those in the rear. Now, I did go to a 9.5 in the rear for these, but these are a lower offset. That's a 30, these are 22. They work, they do work, but they are gonna be rubbing those fenders under squat, under load, under pressure. We're gonna get that, and it will happen. If we're running on these, that's for sure gonna happen. These do have more of a stretch per se than these full ways, but these being 200 tread wears way more grippy than those. So I'm gonna most likely run these full ways on the back of here, because if I give them a little bit of pressure and we don't overheat them, these might last the longest out of these multiple amounts of tires. Plus I've got some more Falcons up there and some Federals. We've got all the same size, Falcons, Federals, full ways, and Acceleras. We're going to try to see which ones work a little bit better or not as far as the longevity and use and abuse that we could put on them. Obviously, this car is under 200 horsepower, so this one's going to need the most catering to, especially with Jalen driving. Me, I can kind of finesse it, and I know how to stay in the power a little bit better. Jalen's going to learn that. He does a lot of pedal pumping. Because it's fresh, he likes to drive like that because that's what he sees on Instagram and all of that shit. But he's going to have to learn how to drive the car under high grip. So these may not work good for him just yet, and especially on a low-speed track. If it's a high-speed track, a fast track, he'll probably be able to use these no problem. Like when we go to Thunder Hill for Super D or Good Luck League, these might be all right. The ride height has been completed, and I think we are okay. We're not in the danger zone with any of these tires. Man, it looked fire, too. And I think he's earned his opportunity to represent for the squad. So his mama printed him up some logos last night. I placed them with him. So he's officially representing as our young member of the Riot Squad. A lot of the times when Mike is telling y'all that I watched him and I wouldn't drive with him for a long time, what I used to do is watch him, see how he drives. When he comes in to change tires or take a break, I give him critique, tell him where to change things at, and go back out there. The reason I do that is just to watch how they progress or how he progress, and then when I feel like he's locked in on something, then I jump out there and tandem with him. That's just kind of how I do. Like JTP never drove with me as I was learning. He started to drive with me once he looked at me and was like, that fool got it. Then we started driving together and I was able to, be well set in my driving talent. I don't know, it's just an old school way of thinking, but it's an old school way of watching him progress. Of course, he could drive with other people. He probably will drive with other people, but me chasing him, I'm gonna wait, let him lock it on in, lock it on down, and then I'm gonna jump out there and chase him. He made a request for a steering wheel, so we did put the wheel in, but the reason being is he wanted the wheel to be a little closer to him. This is a full Jalen cockpit now. It's funny because he's been putting so much time in on the Assetto Corsa. He says he's comfortable with the wheel being just a slight bit closer. And it's only, when I say a slight bit closer, it's only about an inch closer. So now this cockpit is fully set for him, and this should be tight.
Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
suspension needed to settle.
Yeah, it felt good. Yeah, it was fine. It felt like how it used to.
Yeah, it should. Just more positive suspension.
Yeah.
No thumping and hucking and bucking.
Yeah, nothing rubbed too much. It was same.
It should be fine. I lowered it a little bit more, but also, you know, like I said, driving it around, it settles it lower.
Yeah.
So. All right. Yeah, that should be.
Imagine having to drive a low car every day. Like the RSA for you, you get used to it, but
Yeah.
sounds good. You can hear the turbo.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Good, yeah. It feels how the old setup used to.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it shouldn't feel too different. It shouldn't feel too different from what it was. It should just feel more refined now. No sloppy stuff. No thumping, bumping, and jumping going on. There shouldn't be any extra randomness.
Yeah, no, it was good.
For the most part, I do believe this car is set and ready to go, so it can start on the next 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks actually, of drifting. I believe we have enough tires. I believe that we have the car set to a point that it's okay to do what needs to be done, and then the seating position, the driving position is changed and it's different. So Jalen is a lot closer than he used to be. I will go over the fluids here this week, and that's kind of gonna be it. Spark plugs, maybe. And she's ready to roll. It's gonna be quite a bit of driving here. Like I said, the next 3 weeks. It's gonna be 3 weekends worth of drifting, so let's see how that goes. So we're gonna move and shake out. We got those set. You good?
You good?
All right, give them 2.